Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and have a first look at this OnePlus 9RT. And guys, this is a retail unit that I had purchased from Amazon. I'll leave the links in the description. And actually you don't need this. Yeah, you can just open it like this. And this actually comes in two variants, guys. I opted for the base variant that was 43,000. This comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. There's also one more variant that comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage. So base decide on your storage, guys, because even 8 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough. So let's just open this up, and again on here it says nothing much, just says OnePlus 9RT 5G. And this time I would say 5G band is not a total gimmick or a joke like they did with the OnePlus 9 series. And if you recall, OnePlus justified giving only two 5G bands with the OnePlus 9 and the 9 Pro, but now at least with this one, they're giving 8 bands of 5G. And I didn't like that OnePlus fanboys defended that 2 bands of 5G for such expensive devices. And I told them next year, see, the same OnePlus will give way more 5G bands, and it's happening. Anyways, I will just keep that to the side. And this is the black color one. And initial impressions, guys, this color looks actually cool, man. This looks good. The back is glass, slightly shiny material they give. Regarding the camera, I'll talk about that. And this is the device itself. This is supposed to have a 6.62-inch AMOLED screen. Oh, so nice. They are giving a case, and this is a rubberish kind of a case, says never settle, but we know OnePlus has settled. It's no longer Oxygen OS, it's basically Color OS, guys. So now this was just removed. Okay, this is your charging cable, and the 65 watt power brick, the fast charging that OnePlus gives. Again, if you notice, this is the retail unit, and see the box. So quality control, man, that's the thing I'm a little bit worried about OnePlus these days. Because we know that the quality control is not good. See what happened to the nod to the blasts and all that situation. Anyways, I'll just keep that to the side for now. I'll just keep it here. Let's come back to the handset itself, and let's look at the physical overview. Let me give you build quality. Looks nice, guys. We have a secondary noise cancellation microphone. Fortunately, guys, this is now metallic. Unlike the OnePlus 9, which actually had a plastic frame, this is actually metallic, so that's nice. We still have the alert slider, the power on off button. Bottom, again, main vent. This one also has stereo speakers, guys. I won't open the SIM tray. Again, it will be just dual SIM nano. And on this end, we have the volume rockers. Back, if you look at it, the camera setup, the main camera is good. It's a 50 megapixel with OIS. Then we have a 16 megapixel camera. That's ultra wide. I'm happy. It's a 16 megapixel. But look at this last camera. Okay, this is a 2 megapixel macro. I understand those 2 megapixel cameras on mid-range smartphones, even upper mid-range 20,000-25,000. But this is a smartphone that is costing over 40,000 and giving a 2 megapixel camera now in 2022. I don't know how do they justify that. Anyways, the front facing is a 16 megapixel that we are getting, and let me just boot this up, guys. In hand feel is good, I have to say, and gave me haptic feedback. And I'll just set this up and then we will continue. So guys, I have set up this device, so let's have a closer look at the same now. And guys, the moment I set it up, I also got one OTA update of 167 megabytes, so I had applied that also. And as you can see over here, good thing is that though this is technically, guys, it will say Oxygen OS, but this is Color OS 12 with the skin of Oxygen OS. And the good thing is that, but I don't see a lot of junkware that is pre-installed. There is the Spotify and some OnePlus thing, but not a lot of junkware. So that way I would say it's still a clean version of the Color OS, I would say. And over here, if I go, you get the, what do you say, Google Now tray. So that's actually nice. So that layout is like that only. And if you go over here, and one thing to note is that, again, guys, this is an AMOLED screen, and this is also 120 Hertz, so very, very smooth. But the thing is that this is not a 10-bit, what do you say, screen, but an 8-bit screen. In fact, watch the other video that I had posted earlier today. That is the between this one and the upcoming iQOO 9. I think so. You guys should know all the facts. And if we go over here, this is still on what do you say, Android 11. This will be getting the Android 12 update later on, as OnePlus has said. But out of the blocks, it is Android 11 based on ColorOS 12. That's what we are getting. And again, the layout is slightly different from, because it's no longer closer to what is exactly stock Android, but very familiar still. And if I go to, what do you say, go to display options over here and display and app brightness, as you can see over here, it's on 120 hertz. That is high. So again, that way it is smooth, no issues with that. But it's an 8-bit panel. I would say very smooth in operation. Snapdragon 888, it should handle it fine, no issues. And we also have this in-display fingerprint scanner. Again, no problem. That generally the in-display fingerprint scanners on most OnePlus devices are very fast. Same case even with this one that you are getting. So that way it's nice. And in fact, the in-hand feel of the device is good. It's neither too big nor small. I would say 6.62 inches. So in-hand feel is good. And the back, I like this. This is actually resisting the fingerprints. As you know, I don't like to use it with cases, and it's resisting the fingerprint. So at least on this black version, it looks good. And guys, to give you an idea, here are all the specs for this specific variant. And as I've told you, this is the base variant that comes 128 gigabytes of storage. I didn't install anything apart from that OT update. So let's see how much storage do we actually get. If I go to storage, yeah, and about 22.7 gigabytes is sort of used. So roughly expect about 105 gigabytes of space that will be available to you. So that's regarding the storage. And guys, the variant decide based on the storage that you will require. And again, it's smooth. Let's look at the speaker. Again, this was also going to have stereo speakers. So let's just fire up this one. Let's copyright free music. Let's just play this. Why is the orientation thing not working? Or auto rotate on. So good speakers, guys. One is from here, other is from here, and it's actually loud. I'm happy. It's actually loud. So that way it's good. But I would say 60% or 65% of the sound is coming from this end, and a little bit less. So it's not that balanced like some of the premium OnePlus devices. So stereo speaker, but yeah, about 60-65% is coming from the bottom on this one. And the buttons look to be good. So build quality, I cannot complain. In fact, I have to say build quality, they have done a very good job. And still we have this alert slider that is the trademark of OnePlus device. Glad this did not go away. But you are getting this one, so that's actually a nice thing. And now let's also look at the camera on this one, guys, because that's a pretty important part. And camera, again, guys, you have to agree to all this thing, and this is because of ColorOS, guys. Like on Oppo, Vivo phones, you have to agree all those things. So it's no longer the regular OnePlus that we expect. This is 1x, this is 2x, and this is digital 5x. Again, this is a digital zoom, guys. But the main sensor is the 50 megapixel one. It's a Sony one with OIS. So it should do a decent job. This is the same sensor that was found on the OnePlus Nord 2. And wide angle, let's just go. This is a 16 megapixel wide angle, goes pretty wide, so that's nice. And the last one is 2 megapixel macro, man. I'm not that happy with that one. Anyways, so you have the portrait mode and more if you go. We have the dual video. So pro mode, and of course the macro, that 2 megapixel macro is this one. So you have all the modes and software. Front facing camera is supposed to be 16 megapixel. So here it looks good even in artificial lighting. We'll take some sample shots outdoors. So let me actually do that, guys. Let me actually take some sample shots to give you an idea about the camera. Sample pictures taken at night, as you can see, and static pictures actually come out good, but these are with human subjects. This came out decent, but portrait mode, notice around my face, sometimes it's happening like this. ultra wide is soft at night. This is a regular shot, and this was with the 16 megapixel ultra wide. Another thing I noticed is that when human subjects are there at night, dull lighting, the skin tones are a bit soft, but regular shots, as you can see, where no human subject is there, these pictures actually came out really good, and I was surprised. In fact, I was impressed with these pictures. When humans are not there in the picture at night, it takes some incredible shots. But when it detects a human, we see extra skin smoothing. I think so this is because of Oppo. Oppo likes to do that. As you can see, there's quite a bit of skin smoothing. That's why when human subjects are there at night, the pictures is a little bit soft. Some pictures that I took indoors in dull lighting, and here also call me impressed. These pictures came out really good considering how low the lighting was. And this was actually no light in the room. This was a regular shot. And this is when I enable the night mode. So it does make a difference, the night mode. This was taken with the front-facing camera, again in indoor lighting conditions, and this was in the portrait mode. This we took outdoors, as you can see, at night, and this was taken in extremely dull lighting conditions. So guys, shooting this sample video with the front-facing camera, as you can see, this is night, because by the time I got this smartphone, it was evening, and by the time I came out, it's night. But again, this is a pretty good test, guys, recording with the front-facing camera and pretty dull lighting that we have. So I don't know if you feel the video quality on this one is good. Definitely if the lighting is good, it will do a far better job. And guys, let me know, even the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G was also launched. If you guys want a comparison, how's the camera on that one, because I felt the camera on that one was also pretty good, do let me know. But this is a very quick sample with the front facing camera of this OnePlus 9RT. A quick sample with the rear facing camera, and it also has a stabilization option which I have clicked, and I'm just walking, and as you can see, guys, this is at night. So do let me know what do you feel about the video recording with the rear facing camera at night. So guys, this was a very quick first look at the OnePlus 9RT smartphone. So what do you guys think about this? Personally, I would say this is definitely a better model than the regular OnePlus 9. Some of you were asking me, should we go with the regular OnePlus 9? Definitely no. This is far better than that one. This has more 5G bands. The body actually chases is made up of metal, not plastic. Yes, camera is that 2 megapixel thing, but yeah, that's what we are getting. But again, guys, this is no longer the older OnePlus. That's why I have a beef with them. No longer that one. In fact, last year, if you recall, regarding the 5G fiasco, what they did with the OnePlus 9 and the 9 Pro, just giving 2 5G bands, and they tried to justify that with media and others, and many fans also supported that. But now they are, at least I think so, they've got back to their senses. That was a gimmick of just giving 2 bands of 5G on the Indian. Here we are getting at least 8 bands of 5G, but still not the best, because some of the other brands in this price range are giving about 12 to 13 bands of 5G, but still it's better than 2 bands of 5G. And also, if you recall the fiasco what OnePlus did with the Note 2. The Note 2 actually started blasting after a month of launches, and in fact, I don't recall, we had 4 or 5 blasted, but the way they handled it was not that great, I would say. We still did not come to know why those phones were blasting. In fact, if you recall, Samsung also had the blast issue with the Note 7 series, if I recall, but they came out and told what was the issue, and they recalled the devices. Nothing like that was done with the Note 2. And in fact, I also did not like the fact that many users who were posting about this blast issue or whatever, their tweets were taken down and stuff like that. So they were not transparent about that one. And also last year, we know we used to love the Oxygen OS Pure stuff, but no longer that's the case. But I still like this version of what do you say, color OS being used on this one. It's still clean. You don't have ads and extra bloatware. But this is with Android 11. Android 12 will also be coming to this one very soon. So I will be testing this smartphone a lot more. So if you want to know anything specific about this one, do let me know. I'll try to include them in my future videos. Anyways, guys, that's it for now for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you guys are still not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.